issue. It's just type in hey or not or whatnot. As I just said, if you can hear me, just go ahead and type something. Having a little bit of a Wi-Fi issue, so I'm trying to see if I could get past it. Hey, Las Cruces, does that mean you can hear me, sir? Okay, hold on. Now it just became active. It just became active on my iPad, so let's see if it'll connect on my phone now. Let me see here. I'm going to just turn things around. Okay, or not, because I started it weird. Hey, everybody. So today is the inaugural episode of Let's Draw. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be a little bit less interactive than I typically do it. I'm trying to also bring up StreamYard on my iPad to see if you can see two cameras at once. I am going to go through one of the art books I have here that I have stated in the past I own, but I haven't opened. And we're going to go through it together. This is not a replacement, by the way, from our normal show. This is just, I don't know, a little something different. So bear with me for just a second. Okay. So as you may be able to tell, I don't have like a formal kind of drawing space, which is not super. Also, you might, if you have any trouble hearing me, I'm not able to use my headphones and microphone as I typically do, just because of the wiring here. Okay, so I'm going to try to do a multi-camera stream. Let's see how this works. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should mute. Okay. Better. Okay. Yeah. So we're able to pull off the. Oh, are you guys hearing me? Like, I feel like this is like a work nightmare with the Zoom calls. Do you hear? Do you hear me kind of echoing? You know, I have an idea. Is that better? There we go. I think we got past it. You guys let me know. But hey, is that a Nest Hub? No. Which one? Phil, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've kind of given up on tech stuff. I just know I don't have a Nest. I have just an iPad, and like I said, I don't have a standard kind of drawing desk. So all I've done is I've taken my monitor stand and just kind of positioned it. Which I work from home 1 day a week now, so it's not too terrible that I did this. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, I just kind of repurposed my iPad. See, so there we go. You see my mug. Hey, Roscoe. And here's my camera. And the one thing I realized I didn't do was adequately prepare my tools here. So I just grabbed what I hope I at least need for today. So if you're just joining, this is going to be the first episode. So this is the one to work out all the kinks on of Let's Draw. I'm not replacing my typical morning show at all. If you've been paying attention, I noted about a couple weeks ago that we're only going to do every other week now. Just to just to give everybody a little bit of a break, mainly myself and my wife. So I figured, let me try something fun. I've noted in the past before, I have some art books that I've either been gifted or found or just have had forever that I haven't really ever given a big kind of review or tried them out. So I figured this is something I got in the mail from my mom about, I'm going to say 4 or 5 years ago, and I just have not had the time to crack open. I got a complete set of the Joe Kubert's. I'm trying to get good on the camera here. Let's say like that. No. Joe Kubert's correspondence classes for me for my birthday during the pandemic, because she knew I was taking some courses online with Joe Kubert, no art classes, but just figured, hey, what the hell? So here we go. I'm probably not going to be able to speak as much or interact as much because I'm going to try to focus on the work, but figure, hey, this is a good experience for everybody. So you might notice that these books are oversized, difficult to put on my shelf. So I've actually kept these under my desk. But one thing I do like, this is a hard backing, and it's also a spiral kind of page, which is good. So you can just kind of fold it like this. Let's see. So looking this up, I'm not going to read through the stuff here, but how to use this course in video: sit in the correct drawing position. I'm already breaking the rules there. Adjust your table to, okay, well, this is kind of have that slight 90-degree kind of slant. That's to help avoid distortion. Place your art kit in, we're way past putting it in a secure space. Do not experiment with materials in the kit. Okay. Do all sketching with preliminary drawings on the paper, separating the pages in the course book. Use both sides. If more paper is needed, use unlined bound paper or inexpensive stationery. Set up a VCR. This is an old course. What you could do, and there's a little sticker here, you could go on YouTube, I don't know what that's called, and I guess go through a step-by-step process. I'm actually not doing that now because I'm talking to you. When you're deciding for your sketches, copy your selected drawings and save your sketches for future reference and check progress. Okay. And they want you to mail the finished work to them. I don't know that they still want to do that, but we'll see. And that wasn't really my purpose. So I just grabbed this one first. I have like 5 of these books. This one is penciling. Okay. I'm going to read through it quickly. And we're probably not going to make it through the entire book, I would think, in one session. I'm going to cap this at 1 hour, and I've already wasted 10 minutes of your time on this. So again, my purpose in offering this course is to nurture, enlighten, and encourage. Do you like to draw and want to know more of what it takes to be a cartoonist, a comic book artist, a graphic storyteller? This course book is my attempt to give answers through a combination of learning and enjoyment. For all of us who take pencil in hand, drawing is almost tactical gratification. That's pretty good kind of satisfaction satisfactory explanation there. Roscoe, tell me what you think about that line too. For those of us who have chosen to become cartoonists, communicating by picture is our ultimate reward. I prefer cash. This course contains my own experiences in the field of comic books as a cartoonist, writer, letterer, color, editist, and publisher. I've been a professional in this field for over 60 years. I'm still here. This was written before he died. Obviously, I'm still working and I'm still learning. I believe that if you apply yourself to the information contained in this course, you can improve your drawing ability and gain some of the greatest pleasures in your life. This is the way. The rest is up to you. And here's, when they made these books, Joe Kubert was kind of like that little paper clip that pops up in all of your, whenever you're using like Microsoft Word. So that's this little kind of representation here. All right. So as Bob Seger once said, let's turn the page. Okay. The act of putting pencil to paper is the first stage of drawing cartoon art. So what's so difficult about drawing with a pencil, you may ask? Like many seemingly simple procedures, this is a great deal more involved than meets the eye in cartooning. Penciling is a unique specialty. The materials are varied, and the pencil drawings may differ depending on who does the inking. The information contained in this course and the accompanying video will enable you to create cartoon pencil. I read that wrong. Whatever. To use that. Phil was waiting 30 years to use that. I quote. I don't know what you're quoting, Wellbore. Sorry. Let's see. In any style, from daily television to animated big feature, you will learn the tools and how to use them. Successful cartoonist is the thinking cartoonist. Remember, your drawings don't start in your pencil. They start in your head. Think before you draw. Get an image of your drawing in your own mind before you put pencil to paper. Otherwise, you're just doodling. So, he's saying to begin your practice by drawing simple, rough sketch drawings on thumbnails of thumbnails. Draw your favorite characters. Don't be afraid to copy. That's the way we all start. Okay. Oh, there we go. I got you. Well done, sir. Okay. Date and save your practice pages. We go to track your improvement. And use the blank insert pages in this course book. Trace and copy these pencil drawings. Then do a series of drawings. I don't want to trace and copy those. Okay. We probably should. Hey, Trev. This is going to be the most different one that we've had. It is Wellbore. It's that Canadian American translation that messes us up. So he's saying to me to draw these three images. Here, I'm going to show you. Is my camera like upside down? So he's saying to trace these three things, but here's the issue. We're trying to draw them. The paper's over here. So luckily, I do have other paper, of course. So let me see what I've got. We're going to have to make room. Okay, let's see. Bear with me for a second. Isn't it great to be prepared? You know what? I actually have paper. I know where. Hold on one second. Hopefully I don't kick over my coffee. Okay. So this is a rare look at a sketch diary, as they call it, just a fancy word for a sketch book that I've been carrying around to and from work. Brian LCS is here. Hey, Brian. Trev is here. You know what? I've been so wrapped up, I didn't say hi to everybody, so we'll do that quickly, too. I'm going to go all the way back to the top. Las Cruces was here. Okay. Dr. Evil is lurking. And he heard me good. Comic Cap, how are you, sir? Kenneth. Other Phil. Yes, remember we're talking about the nest. Roscoe. Phil, what is that little icon? I can't really tell. Is it a baby's head? I can't tell. Sorry. Wellbore, we've been talking and chatting. Trev, of course. How are you, sir? Brian. And we're caught up. Yeah, if you guys just walked in, this is going to be a different type of stream. New show that I'm trying out. I have to be careful about what I'm showing in this because there's 3 actual kind of projects I've been working on. This is what I take back and forth. By the way, from work, this is for my work bag. That's why I had to get up and get it. And I basically, sometimes on lunch, if I don't feel like taking a walk, or if let's say I typically don't like to go out to lunch. If somebody's bringing food back, or if there's extra time, I'll just sit and kind of like doodle in this for a little bit. I recently changed this one up. This is actually an older book I had and kind of lost and refound, so I have to be careful and make sure I'm not showing anything different. Yeah, this was like a rogue sketch I had worked on, and various other. Yeah, this is where the stuff I can't show you starts. Various other sketches from the years. This is actually Roscoe. The first year that the first time I tuned into your show, this is what I drew, and this is my. It was Nintendo and Marvel mashups. I think I forgot who the guest was. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out that. Yeah, so this was my mashup of Bowser and Wolverine. Nice quick sketch. Okay, I have to move this so I can't show you the top secret things I'm working on. I guess if you know, you know. And Trev, something that you're interested in is in here, at least the practice stages. Oh, I'm sorry. You did ask me a question before, Roscoe. This is one of the correspondence books from the Joe Kubert School. Ironically, Joe Kubert School is actually in the next town over from me. But like I said, it's 6 books in total. This one is just on penciling. I'll show you the other books I have briefly. And I do intend on going through these whether live or offline. So this is on story graphics. Like I said, these are all big. They're heavy too. Super villains. Heroes and superheroes. Detroit. I don't know. I'm sorry, Trev. I didn't drink my coffee yet. I kind of don't know what we're talking about. Horror. And inking. These are not things I would have bought for myself. Yeah, they have. And I don't know. I'm a Kubert fan. I'm not quite sure of what cartooning he may have done. But one thing I will be doing after the stream is over is going to the Joe Kubert YouTube page and see what I can find. Yes, I'm keeping my drinks off the table because I'm afraid of a spill. All right, so let me grab a pencil here. These are not the pencils that they recommend. This is just a number 2 pencil. I used to have all these things organized, but oh well. Don't know what to tell you. So let's just try to do, again, he's just saying he wants you to practice these 3 sketches here, just kind of 3 nondescript characters. One looks like a Viking, one kind of looks like something from Thundercats, and one kind of looks like a Conan type of character. So let's give it a shot here. And he's just saying, look, just trace and copy. It's just to, I think, loosen up, which may or may not be good for me because I'm already a little bit tense. I usually don't draw in front of people, as you guys probably know. But you know what? I figured this was a little bit different. Let's give it a shot. And look, if this idea is terrible, then maybe this is the last time we do it. If it's good, if everybody likes it, we'll keep doing it. But like I said, I'm not going to keep you for more than an hour. Unless you guys are like, hey, we want you to go longer. That's my impression of a crowd of people. Okay. And yes, I tend to talk more when I get nervous, in case you haven't noticed. I already started this. I don't know why I started this at the edge here, because you're not going to get the full character. And I understand that I'm going so lightly that you're probably not even really going to see my pencil lines. I'll try to focus in on it in a bit. I typically don't do this whole kind of framing out thing, which I guess call it out of laziness, but you guys are keeping me honest right now. So congratulations. Or thank you, I guess, is more appropriate. Like I said, I don't know if I'm doing this over and over again. I can tell you the way that I'm sitting right now is not the way to sit. And yes, my back will be annoying me later on. But I was saying, you know, I didn't really plan this. It was just kind of like a, when I thought of it, I posted it type of thing. Just to kind of break up the week. You know, that's kind of why I guess I'm not as prepared as I should be. What I like about this, after you draw for a while, hey, Dope, how's it going? Dope, this is going to be a boring stream. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just trying to draw a little bit. So what I do like about this, and I do tend to do this more with muscles, is that at least, and I'm just talking about my experience. I don't know, Roscoe, what you do differently. When I do it like this, you tend to realize, you know, that when you draw body parts, you're just really kind of drawing shapes. Yeah, see, this is a weak forearm. By the way, they do make it a point later on in the book of saying the right pencils and erasers to use. These erasers, oh, I'm sorry, I've had Brian's comment up forever. These erasers, just so you know, the pink erasers here are terrible to use. I do have a white eraser in there. These are very abrasive and tend to leave, you know, stuff behind. Everybody, I think everybody in the world has used this eraser. This is great for school, not for drawing. Actually, I don't even know if they use erasers or pencils in school anymore. I don't know if they're digital or whatnot. But as I said, I am just stalling. You know who does these things, by the way? Great streams. Hey, Dismay, how are you? I was actually just looking up your Kickstarter again yesterday, so I'm ready for the next Gallows Man. So you see, look, this is terrible. Kind of leaves like Thanos dust here. Let's see here. Oh, Roscoe agreed with me. Shapes first. Like I said, sometimes I do this, but more times I just don't. Call it laziness, but maybe that's also why my what do you call it? Physiques tend to, in my opinion, not look great. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I've said this before in other videos. Whenever it comes to art, I'm my biggest critic. So it's not me being down on myself, it's me wanting to do things better. That's all that is here. I think it's also why I like to kind of paint more. I just feel like that gives you a little bit more leeway. Coffee. If you're just joining me, again, this is a different type of stream. This may or may not be the only time that we do this type of stream. But, I mean, you guys will let me know if you're enjoying it or not. You don't have to type it, though that's helpful. But I'll know by the views, I suppose. And I'm just trying to relax. You might notice me do that a little bit. That's a byproduct of my neck and back issues. And you know what? I already realized that I'm not doing this right because I'm doing this flat. So you see what happens when you lift it up. Well, you probably can't see. So I'm doing it, hold on, make sure, one way here. When I lift it up, you can see there's a bit of a distortion already. So again, it's just something that I have to work through. Let me do this. Again, I don't have a proper drawing table. I've gotten in the habit of the last couple of years of doing more work on my iPad as far as drawing goes. For a number of reasons, it's quicker, it's a lot more forgiving, and I could draw with a pencil, it's, and again, you, in theory, you save cash on buying supplies. I could, and it's something that this year I've been trying to get out of, not get out of completely, but just so I could do kind of more things like this, and maybe start selling some stuff. That'd be nice. So I'm trying to see if I could fix my distortion without having to start over. So far, I'm not that confident. But this is just practice. And again, I'm pissed that I started this off page here. And again, this is just a character that's in the Joe Kubert book. So it's not anybody that we know. It just kind of looks like 5 different characters that we know. I want to try it different. Again, I'm just trying to loosen up, and it's tough to do while talking. All right. Let's give it I should probably look into like a proper. I know that they make like desk size ones, like easels that you could put on. I do have a painting easel, but it's a cheap one, and it's gonna kind of fall over. I don't even know how to get it on camera, to be honest with you. As you might be able to tell, space is tight in my house. This is okay. And I just realized that. Oh, hold on a second. Damn it. Hold on. So I had a little issue. I was talking, and I just realized that you guys didn't hear me do that. So let me go back to settings here. Come on. Just when I was like, hey, we might have this figured out. More settings. Here we go. Camera. Back camera. There we go. Yay. Okay. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I had a problem with the connection just on my phone for some reason. At least I had the iPad up. I realized I was talking. You guys weren't hearing me. Can phone be in landscape? Here's the thing. It actually is. I don't understand why it's doing that. Okay, I just realized that my phone froze on us here. Hold on. Okay, so I just went and muted. Oh, it's not working. Better? Okay. So, what is going on with this? Hold on a second. All right, let me try camera. Okay. I don't know how I got that to work, but I did. You know what? It's weird. I took it out of my stand, so it's kind of just leaning on it. Um, so yeah, it actually kind of looks a bit better here. So I don't know how I fixed it, but I did. Um, anyway, going back just to say hi. Joe came in. Joe, I think you fixed my camera issue for now. Shop is here. Dale is here. If you guys are just joining, this is a bit of a different stream. Obviously, I may or may not do this as a regular thing. It's not replacing the regular show. I'm going through a Joe Kubert art book here and taking some drawing lessons with you here. And I've been doing a lot of talking because I am, what do you call it? Delaying. So I'm going to try my hand at this Tarzan type of character here. And look, this is just the warm up. And you might be wondering, hey, don't you prepare these things in advance? Like, nope. Nope. I get an idea and I'm like, let's try it. And this is where we're at. Yeah, I already don't like this. Again, I'm a little too nervous for my own good right now, so I'm kind of just blah. And look, if you guys want to have conversations too throughout the stream, feel free to interact with each other. Those are the best. I always appreciated those. Like when Reggie was had his Wednesday show, it's like sometimes we were talking in the chat, and it would be like a show in its own. So if you want to do that, have at it. Yeah, I have some problems with this arm already. Okay. I was always told in school to draw left to right going down, and I think that's kind of got me at a disadvantage with this particular drawing. And if you see me stretch like that, that has to do with my neck, actually. I'm not gonna lie to you, it does feel good just to do pencil on paper rather than go off my iPad. And yeah, this is just practice. This is why, again, not using the best eraser or the Joe Kubert approved eraser. Let's just do this. This is kind of like Bob Ross, but with, whoops. All right, we turned into the Blair Witch Project now. Here we go. This is kind of like Bob Ross, but with anxiety, I was going to say. You know, it's not like chilled out. I haven't drawn just by myself in a room at least since November. Let's see here. So while I was on paternity leave, I was working on the C3 art book. And kind of one of the disadvantages I ran into is because I've been doing primarily digital art for a couple of years now. When I got, and by that I don't mean typing stuff into a browser like AI or stuff like that. I mean just on my iPad. And I was satisfied with what I had on the iPad. That took longer than I wanted to in the first place. I then had to figure out how to transfer it to paper, and Yeah, look, as you see, if you look at the original piece, I know DJ was attempting to auction it off that day. Unfortunately, I don't think anything wound up with it. But yeah, it's a harder process, in my opinion. I was trying to even figure out if there was a way I could project it um, and do it that way. But I was more concerned with making the deadline, even though it got extended a couple times after I sent it, which I wasn't happy about. But what can you do? My goal is to basically now practice from now to next year. I don't know if there is another art book in the works, nor do I even know if I would be invited back to it for whatever reason. Maybe they just might want to, mix it up every year, which I could understand that. But I figure, look, worst case, if I'm not involved, like hopefully we'll have some nice art that I could simply just donate. And I keep forgetting that this is practice right now. That's why I'm kind of a little bit more self-conscious. One thing I remember from school I found useful, um, you see it more in like Flemish paintings, but every so often you'll come across, I don't think you can see this well, but you could clearly see like what would be the center line for these characters. In this case, because the character's curved, it kind of has this little thing to it. If you look at fine, usually Flemish works, you'll see that most of the women actually have what they call an S curve, and you could follow the nape of the neck down to the, you know, to the area there, just along an S. And these are just roughs. I think it's just really to loosen you up. And I kind of finally feel like I'm loose. And yeah, these aren't good. Yeah. All right, I'm done with Tarzan. I don't know. I just got tired of trying that one. So let's try the Viking here. So looking at him, I mean, obviously you see that this one looks more square than anything. So let's give it a shot. And I don't know why, but my eye is drawn to that shield first. Like I said, we're just doing something pretty loose right now. I am still, by the way, doing Battober and Italian American Month and my favorite kind of movie drawings. I forgot what I was calling that. It's just, to be honest with you, with work and the kids, it's very hard to do. So I'm perpetually behind. And can you make Cam 2 bigger? Probably not. Do you mean by this one being Cam 2 or this one? Yeah, because I don't have, I'm just using a phone and an iPad, so I don't have like a zooming kind of option here. What I can do right now, these are just like kind of roughs here. Yeah, thanks, Wellbore. Those are things I'm doing mostly on the iPad. Again, it's a little bit more forgiving with the lines, but as I said, I want to get back to pencil drawings more too, just for a bunch of different reasons. Yeah, so right now, yeah, I don't really have a way of zooming, I believe, with when it comes to StreamYard, but this is what I'll do. Okay. So let me stand up here. So this is just not even the first lesson. This is just practice. He's just Cubert here. is just saying, hey, look, just play with these. So just try to sketch these the best you can. And it's, again, it's just supposed to be rough drawings. So I made the mistake at first just starting off camera, off paper. And then I wanted to try the Tarzan a bit. And it wasn't working out great. So I'm just trying the dwarf. And again, these are just kind of basic things here. And like I said, I don't want to take up too much time. I'm going to do like another 20 minutes or so. And then, but maybe this is a type of stream that's best suited for a longer time period. And I should say too, I think if you've watched this stream, I'm not trying to duplicate anybody else's. Like Roscoe's got a great show between the lines that I'm sure that I can tell you. I know I am anxiously. I shouldn't say anxiously, but I'm waiting for that to return. And I know that once Roscoe's back ready, he'll have that show going again. I'm not trying to duplicate that show or even compete with it. This is just, honestly, this is a way of keeping me accountable to my practice that I really wanted to do. And I did speak about this, I think, earlier in the year. Dracula, how are you? I'm not going to make any Dracula jokes. So, yeah. But yeah, Between the Lines is my favorite art show on YouTube. I've said that often. And like I said, Roscoe, whenever you're ready to come back, I can't wait, pal. I might not be able to be on at 8 o'clock because the kids are more demanding now than ever, as I'm sure that they will continue to be as they age. But I definitely want to participate, and I'll definitely jump in late. I'm just trying to get the size of the shield right, at least in my book here. Not sure about his wingman, though. Nah, he's got great co-hosts. I enjoy, sir. Yeah, Roscoe, too, once you're up for it, I may be ready to move forward with that gift we talked about earlier in the year. I don't know if you remember. But you let me know when you're ready, because the holidays are coming up and I got a budget. But well, I'll tell you guys, because my friends don't listen. One of my very, very good friends and his wife, who is actually my daughter's godmother, very dear friends to us, they're always doing something really nice for everybody. So my friend, like Roscoe, happens to be a very big fan of Bob's Burgers, which, by the way, Roscoe, I've been watching. Not bad. It's no Simpsons. I'm not going to lie to you. But I've been slowly watching, and I like it because it's something I can actually watch with my kids in the room. And they don't understand, the one jokes go over their head. But there's nothing I kind of have to, like, shield their eyes from. I just did the science fair episode. I don't know what it's called exactly. Again, sorry, Joe. Just realized I've had your quote up there for a long time. I just finished the science fair episode. Just to give you an idea where I'm at, and that's still early in the season. And I know that I've said this before. Oh, thank you, Trev. I appreciate that. I know that I've said this before on other streams. I'm way behind in a lot of my viewing. We finished Agatha, Agatha Echo about a month ago, and I know that came out at the beginning of the year. We are staying up to date with Agatha because that's a show that my wife really was into WandaVision. And I still do think it is the best of the Marvel shows. I know some people don't care for it, and that's okay. But yeah, Agatha, we're both enjoying. So, oh yeah, no, I was saying I'm behind. I'm actually so behind that I've had to. I just realized the other day that I never finished Umbrella Academy, but I also forgot what I rewatched. So I started rewatching that late at night after everybody's gone to bed because honestly, in my house, if it's not Blippi, and if it's something my wife doesn't like, I just have to kind of put it to the wayside, and I have to do it whenever I can. Or, I mean, I'll be honest with you, if I'm working here late at night, either drawing or just organizing, I'll have something going on the iPad. It's a little difficult because I only do one screen. But so I don't pay extra for Netflix or anything like that. But things like Max, and Max is, by the way, hot take, underrated streaming service in my opinion. Yeah. Oh no, that's good to hear, Joe. You know what it is? It's funny enough. I was never big into Gerard Way's band, My Chemical Romance, until recently, and don't ask me why, because I feel like when I hear it, I was like, I like this, but I'm at least 10 years too old for this. And I think just using Pandora got kind of like in a practice where I'm listening to them almost every day recently. So I was like, yeah, let me go back into Umbrella Academy. But I'm enjoying it. And actually, I had almost forgotten this. One of my friends reminded me years ago. So we're talking, I'm going to say maybe 2001. I graduated college in 2001. But later, Roscoe, thanks for stopping in. I'm going to end shortly anyway, too. Years ago, I graduated. Then like a year after, all of my friends kind of lived in the area that we went to school. I went to school at Rutgers in New Brunswick. And New Brunswick, in case you guys didn't know, New Brunswick, New Jersey, that is, not Canada, sorry, Wellbore, was known for its music scene at one point. It's not as big now, but you have a lot of bands and artists that started there. The Bouncing Souls, I think Patti Smith, if I'm not mistaken, actually started down there too. And one of them was My Chemical Romance, actually a New Jersey-based band, but they played New Brunswick an awful lot. And one of my friends reminded me we actually saw a very early version of the band at a basement party sometime in 2001, and I think they got popular in like 2003. So there you go. My brush with greatness, seeing a band that big in a basement. I actually, same thing with Blink-182. One of my very good friends was very passionate about punk and ska music, and so much so he actually got all of us listening to it. And there's still some great music from that time that I'll listen to every now and then. And he turned us all on to a pre-MTV. I'm talking with their old drummer, Blink-182. And we saw them multiple times play these smaller clubs in Sayreville. I think we also saw them in Asbury Park, if I'm not mistaken. Like, saw them at least like 4 or 5 times. And then they stopped coming around. And the next time that we saw them, it was on MTV. It was kind of strange. I remember because I was like, I saw them again in the old, I think it was the Melody Bar, which is not there anymore. Like in January. And then that summer, I saw them out in Long Island at the Joe. I can't think of the name of the place. The amphitheater on the ocean. It's like way at the tip of Long Island. No worries, Joe. Yeah, we're not going to see the end game on this drawing. Maybe I'll put it up online or something. But this is just a practice. Yeah, so I kind of wasted almost an hour. Oh, yeah, I can't remember the name of that venue now. Jones Beach. There you go. It's my favorite venue. I haven't been to a concert in a long ass time either. Yeah, between time and money and COVID, that's just kind of one of those things that we haven't returned back to yet. I forgot who. Somebody was asking me about if I've been to any cons lately, and I was like, no. I'm probably. I'd love to go out to a con, even like a local con. When my son is a little bit older, just to have like a nice little afternoon with him. He's only 2 years old. He'll be 3 in February, so he's it's kind of funny. He's learning animal sounds and stuff. So when I'm watching him, I'll teach him. He'll do, I guess you could say, superhero sounds. So he does Hulk. He's nonverbal. It's something that we're working on. I'll just say to him, hey, what does Spider-Man do? And he just goes like, Captain America, I'm trying to teach him to salute. He just goes like, but Hulk does. Oh. And I was trying to teach him to do Batman just by saying, I'm Batman. And growling is pretty much his same sound effect for, I think, Hulk, lions, tigers, bears. So when I say to him, hey, say, I'm Batman, he goes, So we're working on it. It's funny because my daughter, who's going to be a year old next month, she's at that stage where she sticks her tongue out all the time. Just, she's teething. So she's probably, helping her gums out. And I just said the other day, I was like, oh, honey, you know what? We missed out for Halloween. She could have been Venom. He could have been Spider-Man. My wife did not appreciate that, but oh well. So I'm almost done with my practice drawing here. I'm finally getting into a groove. I think because I was able to relax a little bit. Like now that the stream is over, I'm kind of done loosening up. And I'm not one to typically loosen up. I think it's just because, again, it's just another kind of byproduct of the relying on an iPad to draw. You don't really need to have that loose up period, but I'm blown away on Instagram when you look at artists like Yu-Gi-Oh! Smith, Frank Cho, of course, who are like Yu-Gi-Oh! In particular. He does these amazing, almost like watercolor. Like I asked him once, I think he told me it's like called a water pencil, which I've never heard of. Take care, Trev. Are you going to Whataburger? Trev, I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you're still listening. I'm going to tell you a funny story, by the way. I'm working on a little something for Trev. It's not a surprise. He knows about it. I was going to try to do it on a Whataburger wrapper. Here's the problem. Where I live, there's no Whataburgers. And anybody I've approached, apparently there's no Whataburger by them. Because I was like going to ask, hey, is there any way you can see if you can just get a couple wrappers and mail them to me? I'll even pay for the shipping. So I kind of ditched that idea. And I tried to reach out to Whataburger corporate, and they never replied to my request. So if anybody's got a Whataburger by them and wants to send me a wrapper, let me know. And Trev, just forget about this conversation. I'll surprise you one day with it. As I was saying, Yu-Gi-Oh! Smith especially does these amazing looking Yukio, actually, UKO, if you don't know who he is. He did for the Gibbon Gang people, he did the art for Reggie's comic boxes, with those carrying cases, and that's how I discovered him. I don't think I actually have anything that he's actually done professionally, but yeah, I dig his stuff so much. He should be huge. He really should be. He's like him and Rod Rice. I go back and forth with as far as just great stuff. And Mike Del Mundo, you know me, you know I love Del Mundo. I intend on doing a video at some point where basically if I had unlimited funds to just blow on comic book art or comic related art, who I would get stuff from. And those are three guys right off the bat: Rod Rice, Yukio Smith, Mike Del Mundo. So maybe I should do that. That's a video that sounds like it makes itself. Unfortunately, it doesn't edit itself. And that seems to be where I'm getting stuck with content lately. But we'll get there. So I think I'm done with my practice drawing here, as we're almost done with the stream. I'll show it off to you. I don't think that's bad at all. I like that. Like, I want to play with this a lot more. But that goes to show you just, doing the basics, how you get here. So the next page in here is just a blank page to draw on. I didn't want to practice in this one. I'm not reselling it or anything like that. I just want to use it for the next thing. So as we're done with the stream, we're finally into lesson 1, where it goes into different, there's a lot of good information in this. If I had time to really sit and not talk, then I had a proper writing space, I'd probably get further through in this hour. But we are where we are. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop for today. But let me know, in the comments, even after the fact, is this something that you enjoy seeing? Is it something that you just kind of find boring? I didn't hate doing it. Again, I'm a little bit nervous drawing in front of people. But I wouldn't mind doing it again. I feel like I would maybe have to do it on a different day at a different time, maybe later in the evening, just to, spend more time with it. Like, I could easily do this for another 2 hours. But let me know, is this something you guys think are interested in, or is like, Phil, this is boring crap. But yeah, look, it's just about noon. Yeah. I want some lunch. I know Trev went out for lunch, and we need a little bit of time to at least put everything away. This is what kind of sucks, because I don't have that dedicated work area. Look, I set up a card table in the middle of my son's little kind of play area that we have down here. I think you guys saw my recycling at one point. It's been a busy couple weeks. Not gonna lie to you. It's kind of funny because we're at the point, I've mentioned this before, and this has nothing to do with art, of course, where we we need a bigger house. We're just not financially there to do it. But I can still look at listings and at least daydream a little bit, or prepare. Hey, this is what I'm going to have to realistically think about spending and whatnot. And it's like, okay, look, if there's 2 or 3, if there's 3 bedrooms and a bonus room, that works, because I'll have a separate kind of office space for comics and for drawing. But as I said, that's not in our stratosphere at the moment. More at a basics approach at this time. So anyway, enough babbling from me. I appreciate you guys giving me a little bit of your day. Hopefully we'll do this again soon. My next live show is going to be in 2 weeks. Ideally, it's going to be a last week today live. It's not going to be a Let's Draw. I could tell you November might be a little dicey because we have some events going on. But I do have a guest for the 3rd week in November. Keep your eyes peeled, and we'll see it there. And if you guys ever want to be a guest, just, send me a message. Nothing crazy. You don't have to be working on some great projects or anything. Just to hang out. Just keep it casual. Not to rip off Gary or anything. But anyway, I gotta go. Peace, love, and comics. Enjoy the rest of your day, people.